Good morning. Good early morning. Actually, this does not need to be long. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Scott Ballard. I'm chairman of the LSU Board of Supervisors. As you already know, last night Scott Woodward and LSU mutually agreed to part ways. On behalf of the Board of Supervisors and the LSU family, I want to thank Scott for his 6 years as our athletic director and wish him well in his future pursuits. He was a great LSU Tiger, good friend, good person. Now let me introduce John Carmouche, a member of the Board of Supervisors and the person who we've made chair of the LSU Athletic Committee, who will give you more information about your next steps, our next steps.
Thank you, Chairman Ballard. What an exciting day here today at LSU. As Chair of Athletics Committee, it is my responsibility with my fellow board members to ensure that LSU Athletics is positioned as a national leader in college sports. It is important to me and many others that LSU and our state restore balance so we can reclaim the future we built in athletics as an institution and as a state. As we transition into the next chapter, I'm proud to introduce Verge Ausberry as an interim director of athletics, and I have to tell you, we are very excited. Verge is the ideal person to lead this department through this change, and I want to be very clear. He has full authority to do so. That includes leading the search for our next head coach and hiring our next head coach. Verge is a native son of Louisiana and LSU. He is a multi-time alumnus of this institution, a former championship-winning linebacker for the football team, and a longtime senior university administrator. Simply put, he spent all of his adult life working to make this athletic department and this state better. Not only has Verge worked in almost every area of the athletic department since he started as an employee in 1991, but he's also been a tremendous asset to the university leadership with his campus role in governmental and community relations. From the time he arrived on campus as a football student athlete, Verge has been associated with excellence and championship. That's the standard he will uphold as interim athletic director. Let's always remember, this is LSU. This is the greatest athletics program in the country, and we will continue to be an elite destination for student athletes, coaches, and staff. I'll say it again, this is LSU. With that, it is my honor and excitement to introduce the next interim athletic director of LSU, Verge Ausberry.
Thank you, Chairman Carmouche. I'd like to give thanks to Scott Ballard, Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, John Carmouche, Chairman of the Athletic part of the board, to the University Administration, and the fellow board members for giving me this opportunity. This is a great opportunity. I'm a little boy from New Iberia, Louisiana, who had the opportunity to come here in 1985. Started at the bottom. Started last on the depth chart. Worked my way through the ranks. Was able to start here 2 years, lead the team in tackles 2 years. Played on some very successful teams, 2 SEC championship teams. That's where I start, from the hard work. Parlaying that into my career here. Started at the bottom again as a graduate assistant. Working in compliance, working in academics. Working from there for Tiger Athletic Foundation. From there, Associate Athletic Director with Skip Bergman. Worked my way through the ranks. So I know what hard work is. I know what it is to be a part of LSU. I walked these halls. I walked those quads. I walked Allen Hall, Coates Hall, all the great halls at LSU. I want to know our fan base know one thing. LSU is not broken. LSU Athletic Department is not broken. I think we have the best athletic department in the country. I think we have the best staff in the country. The executive team is second to none. I put them up against anyone. They're the best, and they will get the job done. Our coaches are second to none. We have the best. We have championship coaches here. I've been blessed to work with championship coaches Kim Mulkey, Jay Clark, Jay Johnson, Dennis Schaefer, who's not here with track team, Garrett Runyon, who won the national championship in golf as assistant coach here at LSU. They're great coaches, and many other great coaches who win championships. That's what we expect here. We LSU. This place is not broken. The athletic department is not broken. We win. I've been part of 18 national championships at LSU as an administrator. 6 recently. Been part of 4 national championship games, won 3 national championships. Been part of 7 SEC championships, 2 as a player. I know what it takes to win. We know what it takes to win. And that's our jobs, and that's our mission. I've been fortunate enough to work with 3 of the best coaches in the world, Kim Mulkey, Nick Saban, and Skip Bertman. So my heritage go back with those people and the ability that they gave me and what they taught me to be the best. We're going to be the best at LSU. The third quarter, the fourth quarter, between the third and the fourth quarter last week, I walked on the field during that football game. And I just wanted to see what was going on. When you're a good administrator, you just don't watch what's going on the field. You watch the sidelines, you watch the stands, you watch everything around you. That's important to be a good administrator. When I went down there on that field, I saw something. I saw empty seats, empty suites. I saw our stadium, Tiger Stadium, halfway empty. It's not a good thing. Woody Hayes always said the worst word in the dictionary is apathy. This program cannot have apathy in no way or means. We have to win. We have to be successful. We are, we'll say this all the time, we're the movie makers. We're the financiers, the administrators. The coaches, you're the producers. The athletes, which is far most important, they're the actors. That's who important here to us. We have to do everything to make sure that the student athletes get what they need, the coaches get what they need. Our job is support. Next chapter is we have to hire a football coach. We're going to hire the best football coach there is. That's our jobs. We're going to go out there. We're not going to let this program fail. LSU has to be in the playoffs every year in football. There's 12 teams that make it. It's going to expand here. We have to be one of those at LSU. No substitute. We have to be talked about on ESPN, every channel. When you're talking about LSU football, that is the way. This big building here has to be successful if we're going to be successful as an athletic department. It's the measuring stick that we have here. I have formed a committee. On that committee will be Scott Ballard, chairman of the board, John Carmouche, chairman of athletics, Ben Bordelon. As you know, Ben Bordelon is a former football player here, Ballard Shipping, CEO, E.J. Kuiper. E.J. Kuiper is CEO of Oshner. I'm so sorry, Lady of the Lake. He will be on the committee. And there'll be another, and myself, and there'll be another member of the committee that we are talking to right now at this time. Those are the people that can be responsible for helping us find the next great football coach at LSU. I'll open up for any questions.
This is to start with Scott Ballard, Wilson Alexander, the Advocate, in the front, sir, down here. Hi. How exactly was it decided that Scott Woodward and LSU would part ways? Did the board and him have autonomy to make that decision, or was the governor involved in that final say?
John, you want to?
Yeah. The governor was not involved. The governor is worried about the state of Louisiana. His concern had to do with the state contract. LSU Board of Supervisors and Mr. Woodward decided jointly to part ways.
Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV in Baton Rouge. John, you can take this if you want, or Scott, but representing the board, why did you all deem it necessary to part ways? Verge just talked about 6 championships. We're 4 months removed from a baseball national championship. Those things sound like success to the common person. So why was there this mutual agreement to part?
It was a joint decision. The board and Mr. Woodward had discussions, and it was a joint decision. Thought it was the best for both parties.
I guess this is either for Scott or for John. Will LSU buy out the remainder of Scott Woodward's contract?
I'm sorry, what, can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, Matt Moscona from ESPN Baton Rouge. Will LSU or the board buy out the remainder of Scott Woodward's contract?
It's my understanding, they're working on that right now, and I'm sure when it's done, it'll be public.
Brett Montel with the Associated Press. I had a similar question. I was wondering, it looks like based on his contract, he's owed at least $5 million or so in base salary, never mind incentives. And I was also wondering what revenue stream would be, are you eyeing to pay that buyout?
Revenue stream, as I've said before, is generated from the athletic department. It's self-generated funds and/or private donations. That's where it comes from. Does not come from state dollars that are allocated towards other things like education. So it'll come from self-generated athletic funds and/or private donations.
Good morning, Kyra Naveau with WFL New Orleans. My question to Mr. Ausberry. For you, obviously you're the interim right now, but are you seeking to fulfill this position full time?
At this time, that's not a concern right now. Our concern is trying to get the best football coach we have here and making sure this department is stable. That's my job. I'm not looking to do anything future from that, but right now it's just stabilizing the department, making sure the coaches and the executive team is okay with everything they do and they're getting our support, and hiring a football coach.
Verge, question about the contracts. Jeff Landry's made it very clear that he would like to see more of an incentive-based contract to avoid that large buyout that Brian Kelly has been owed. How do you plan to do that with this within this search, and do you worry that will deter any candidates?
I've spoken to the board members on side of me right here and other board members, and our job, I was told to get the best football coach there is, and don't worry about that at all. So my thing is, we're going to go out there together as a team, and we get the best contract, get the best coach we have, and whatever it takes to get that person here, we will do.
Verge, right up the middle here. Just again, timeline for that, and the committee that you said you assembled, 5 people. Do you feel like that's the right size? Should there be more people involved, do you think?
We're looking at one more person. The process has started. The process has started since we made the decision Sunday. And there's no really timeline. We'll be looking at a lot of people. Don't have an exact list, but we know what we want here. We know what we expect here. And we're going to have the best coach here in Tiger Stadium.
For Scott or John, is there a timeline for naming a full-time athletic director? And Verge, if you want to follow up, you've been a candidate in the past. What would change this time if you weren't a candidate this go around?
I'll speak to it, and John can add if he wants. There is not a timeline set for that. The first thing, like Verge said, the full concentration is to find a coach, find the best coach, period. That process has already started, as Verge said, with the team, the athletic department. So truly is not something we're even going to address until we get that done.
Scott, let's stay with you if you don't mind. Just does the coaching candidate, athletic director, whatever, do these jobs have to have Louisiana ties to them? And if so, why do you feel that way?
Verge's license is to go find the best coach. I think people in Louisiana love to have Louisiana people, and I'm no different. I was born here, and God willing, I'll die here. But that is not a litmus per se. But if Verge can go find one that has Louisiana ties, then awesome. But that is not a litmus for them.
Hey there, Brett Martell again with AP. I want to give you the opportunity because I think a lot of the LSU fan base and people following this are somewhat confused about the extent to which performance-based considerations led to Scott's departure. Is there anything specific that you'd want to address in that regard?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but if the performance of Scott, and I mean, like John said, it was a mutual agreement after conversations, and with all the things that come into that, energy and family and what you're doing, and nothing's off the table of why Scott and LSU had a mutual agreement that after those conversations that they mutually agreed that it was a good idea. Scott is a great human being. Scott is a good Baton Rouge LSU Tiger. It had nothing to do with any of that. It had everything to do with the path of both conversations, and they mutually agreed that it was time. It wasn't an LSU thing. It wasn't a Scott thing. So
The board will be hiring a new president on Tuesday. Can you speak to the extent he will be involved in the search for either the head coach or the permanent athletic director?
was that to me? What'd you say?
Morning, Scott. Yes,
Hey.
any of y'all can answer.
Hey, Pfeiffer.
Y'all will be hiring a new president on Tuesday. To what extent will he be involved in the search for the head coach or the permanent athletic director?
The new president will be announced on Tuesday, and he or she or he, we have the three candidates, we're not slowing down for that. Verge is going to move forward and knows what he needs to do. But depending on how that works out and when the new president starts, but the new president will absolutely have input and hopefully hit the ground running. But depending on what the choice is, we've got to also respect that they've got to unwind some stuff as well.
We have time for a few more questions for Verge. If you have questions for Verge, we have a few more minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry, this one's for John. John, just given the governor's speaking points about the contract and the legalese of the contract for Brian, going forward, is it a point of emphasis to remove LSU as the liable party for these contracts? It would be a departure from the way they've been written in the past. Is that something that kind of you guys have marching orders to make sure is enacted in these next deals?
Well, let me make it clear. The governor had a right to be concerned, and we're working towards solutions. Everything's on the table. But let me make it clear. The state has never, and the taxpayers have never paid for a coach and never will. So.
Matt Venezia, WAFB. Just given the timing of Scott's departure with the firing of Brian Kelly, for new candidates being considered for the coaching position, could the lapse in not having a president named just yet, now Verge being in the spot you're in now, could that deter candidates away? And is that why the timing of all this has happened, to keep candidates considering LSU as a destination?
Could you ask the question to me? Yeah. We're LSU. My phone is still ringing before, this happened. A lot of people, candidates are still want to come to LSU. It's one of the best jobs in the country. It is the best job in the country at this time. And we're going to find the right person, and I don't see any problems getting the right person to be the head coach at LSU.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Congratulations, buddy.